Hi guys, this is Pestily and welcome to another Escape from Tarkov. In this video, I'm going to cover just my thoughts over Inertia, impact nades, no mags and containers, the flea market and how the progression of the flea market works, the Christmas event and the drops. So if you're interested in any of that, without further ado, let's crack straight into it. So starting up with Inertia, I know everyone's put out their thoughts on it and what they like and dislike about it. And now that we've actually had the game, or the Inertia, for about a month, I thought I'd now finally give my 2 cents. So first up, overall, Inertia I think is a great addition to the game. It's added a way to just make the game feel a lot more flowy, I guess is the word. But I do have one grief, one thing that annoys me about it, and that is the AD. All right, so the biggest issue that people had pre-patch 0.12.12 was the fact that people would just do these like wiggles outside doorways and show their shoulder and then come back in and just quickly see what's going on. I get that. That was annoying. It was hard to fight against, and it was, it just didn't feel like it should be in what is called a hardcore mil sim first-person shooter MMO up. Anyway, so my thoughts on it is it's still a bit broken, and it's not broken because of what you normally think is. So I've done my own testing with it, and with AD, if you're holding down D and then you press A and then let go of D, you'll do this like wide step, like you'll take an extra step out. And this is what the majority of us do. So when you go to, do that wiggle peek or have a quick look out in a hallway, you'll actually, you'll take that extra step out. But after some testing, if you actually let go of the D key before you press A, you stop on a dime, or feels like on a dime, and you instantly move back in. Now, there's obviously the build up of speed going in and out, but overall, you can still pretty much do what we used to do. The issue is if you don't do it perfectly enough, you didn't do that extra step. So it takes a little bit of practice. Now, I know a lot of people said it's just wrong in each and every way. And I think I don't know if anyone would do this, but you could actually probably write a script to say that you can't press A without let going of D, and D can't go before let going of A. It probably would work, but I actually feel like it needs to be some middle ground. Right now, like the amount of times I'll go to just do a little lookout, or I'll want to just move to the right a little bit because I'm behind a tree. But say someone's shooting at me and I just want to quickly get back behind that tree, and I'm pressing A and D just to try and perfectly move across that little bit. But what ended up happening is I actually take a big wide step out to the right, and then I take a big wide step out to the left, all because of this whole letting go of A and D thing before the actual keys, what I just explained before. And honestly, I feel like if they did a little bit of work tweaking it, they could probably remove that mechanic entirely and just have it that, it's just more snappier. Like you shouldn't accidentally go too far or accidentally, stop on a dime and go back the other way. You should be able to just control it. And I think that's the biggest issue with it. All the rest of the stuff, when you jump off a building and you land, you can't just instantly sprint. If you run down a hill or something, or you bend down to pick something up, it takes a little bit of your speed away. I get all that. I actually think that's quite good, and it works out quite well. My very first 2 deaths in the game was I went to step out to shoot at someone and quickly go back to cover. I stepped out, I went to go back to cover, and I just went so far out and I just overexposed. And it took me a little bit to get used to. My second death, I think, this wipe, I jumped off the second floor because the guy was camping the staircase. There was no other way for me to out. So I jumped out into the balcony bit and then down onto the ground floor, landing on a car. And when I landed, I just went bloop, and I could not move. So it took me a little bit to get used to, but now I love it. I think it's actually a great addition to the game. That AD thing is honestly a little bit annoying. And if they can get it right, so you can actually deliberately do what you want to do, then it's a big thumbs up for the overall of Inertia. Next up, impact nades. So very first time I unlocked impact nades was with Prapor level 3, and I could buy them for 12,000 rubles each. And then at level 4 Prapor, I think I could buy some more. And it was just overpowered. Like just literally being able to buy them just like that. Too easy. They ended up making it so they're both at level 4 Prapor and now a barter trade. I think that's good. And they've also triply nerfed the range. So now it's it used to blow up really far. Now it's not as big as an explosion. It's still really strong. I actually like him for the fact that if someone is camping a corner and you can't get them to move and you don't have another nade, it's actually quite a fairly easy kill.
There's 3 dead fucking guys here, dude.
I fucking impacted him, bro. And the fact that they removed him from the container, Also makes it so, you know, people aren't just going to have that extra impact nade in their butthole ready to take out for those situations. So I think it's all being moved in the right direction. If they want to have those things in the game, then it needs to be like balanced in a way that makes it at least not too unenjoyable for the receiving end. Like, there's no problem getting, you know, destroyed, but if you're getting so destroyed that you want to just alt F4 the game and never play it again, that's probably a little bit too far. Fucking hell. So, yeah, I'm glad we're not just constantly running into impact nades. You do see them from time to time, but it's not the only way people are killing people, which is the good thing. And that goes into my point about no mags in container and the no impact nades or no grenades in the container. I think it's good for the grenades. Perfect change there. No issues. The no mags in the container. I would prefer it to be no loaded mags in the container. I don't think there's any issue putting an empty mag in there. I don't think there's any issue putting ammunition in there. It's the fact that when people were constantly taking in 3 fully loaded mags of, say, 995 M4 rounds, and they got 360s in their container, and they've got the one in the gun, and it's like, oh, quick, I'm gonna reload. So they'll go to tab, press control, and click the mag, throw it into their rig, reload, chuck that mag back down, and there's no risk of really losing any extra ammo. I thought that was a bit lame. It didn't really feel like it should be a part of the game. And, you know, no loaded mags in the container, I get it. And I think that works well. But having magazines that are empty, not being able to go into the container, like say, for example, you find, I don't know, the MP5 mag, or even just an empty 60 round mag for the second gunsmith task. Like, you've struggled to find one, you finally found one, you want to get out with it, just so you can get your quest done and craft the gun for the gunsmith part 2, but you can't because it's now you know, not able to put in the container. I don't see there any issue with really removing it or just making it so empty mags could still go in there, ammunition can still go in there, but just not loaded mags. I think that would be a better change, but I understand what they've done. Now, probably one of the things that hasn't really set in like hard into people, but I don't know where I sit with it yet, is the flea market only having 2 sales up till 30 rep. You need 30 rep to go to the next amount, so you can have 3. I'd hate to see it. I think it'd be 50, 70, and then 100 or something like that. Sorry, I need a second. Now, I believe it's BSG's intent to make it so less stuff's going through the flea market, therefore making it so items have more value. I guess that's the theory behind it, but it is quite frustrating when you put something up for sale and it doesn't sell straight away. Sometimes you're stuck because you're like, oh, if I can only put one more thing up for sale and then that one doesn't sell straight away because 40 people decided to undercut you at the exact same time. It can be quite annoying trying to sell stuff on Flea, and I've gone to the point where I'm just selling a majority of my stuff straight to traders because I'm lazy. However, I do see that majority of items are holding more value, and I think that's kind of cool. It kind of works out well with how all keys have a quantity on how many times you can use it now. I think some keys might hold some value moving forward, which is a cool addition. I don't think it's anything that's going to be game breaking or too difficult, but the fact of the people that use the keys over and over again, they got no life like myself and play the game way too much, those are the people that are going to have to buy more keys. So, you know, the casual player, when he finally does find a good key like a West 301, there's a good chance it will still have some value, say 2, 3, 4 months into the wipe. Next up, the Christmas event. So the first up, the tree and the craft. I think that was really cool. They did that before, and there's nothing really too new there. But the account bonus that was added, this one always kind of grinds my gears a little bit because it's like, hey, Merry Christmas, you get this cool gift on your account for the next 12 months. But if you bought the game, you know, like first week of January, you no longer get that extra bonus. So if you didn't know, if you had Escape from Tarkov before Christmas, go to escapefromtarkov.com, log into your account, and you'll have a bonus gift. That account bonus, I kind of feel like it should just be, you know, like a once-off gift for Merry Christmas, not like, oh, for, you know, next wipe, someone at the day one of the wipe just accepts it straight away and they get it. Last wipe, actually, they did remove it before the wipe, so maybe they'll do the same whenever the next wipe happens. Now, the biggest gripe of the whole Christmas event was Santa Claus. I actually would have rather Santa Claus be an asshole and shoot at you instead of it just being straight a rep ruiner. It was fun being able to go up to him and all that, but I killed him 3 times by accident, and that's 3 rep that I am not going to get back. So I hope they actually add some sort of like fence quest or just some sort of way to redeem our rep, because if you played this game a lot, there was just going to be situations where you accidentally killed him. It was sitting exactly where scab bosses would sit sometimes. You'd go around the corner like, oh, there's a scab boss here. you know, Rashala hides always in this bathroom in this corner. And then you go in there pre-firing and then you're like, holy crap. Cool idea, but holy crap, it was frustrating. I am now 300 scav raids down from getting to where I wanted to be, which I was nearly at 6.0 before the event, and now I'm down to 3.0. So just me complaining, but at least I'm honest about my complaints. I feel like majority of people accidentally killed him at least once, at least if you played a fair bit over the Christmas period. Now, last thing I want to talk about is drops. My thoughts on the whole drops thing. Look, full disclosure, it's obvious as hell. I get a lot of exposure. I make a lot of money during the drops event, and that's all well and good. But I think there's some things that would be really cool if they just tweaked it a little bit, so it was better for the health of the content creators and for you guys as well. So starting with the content creator side of things, I think actually it'd be better if every person had, like, yeah, if you want to do the first and last day, everyone gets drops, well and good. But if you're going to do specific content creators through the middle 10 days, then make it so it's only 12 hours each. All right, more rotation, maybe even have it so you get 2 different days for 12 hours instead of everyone doing these 24-hour streams. There's like 1,000 people that did 24-hour streams over the last 12 days, which it's just unhealthy in itself. And I think people would actually present the game better from an advertising point for Escape from Tarkov. And then, you know, because they're going to be in a higher spirit because they're only streaming for 12 hours, not 24. Now, on the other side of that, I think it's really kind of wrong that people have to watch. At the start, it was like 22 hours or something. And I think at the end, it was 20 hours or 17 hours of the drops to be able to get all those drops. If it was around no more than 16, I reckon 16 should be the hard limit. So allowing people to get 8 hours sleep. I know there were people like abusing the system by getting auto drop claimers and stuff. All well and good too. If you want to do that, I don't really care either way. But it's just think about like a majority of those people that had those drops open using those auto claimers for the 10 days. It's kind of like wasted electricity when majority of the drops, you would get the full day's worth of drops in like 1 to 2 scav runs. If you literally scavved into factory, ran straight to the extract and vended it, you'd probably got the same amount of value from those, from 1 or 2 of those runs in total for watching a stream for 24 hours. I know they did it as like here, have some free loot over the Christmas period and it supports the content creators and advertises their game and all that. But I think like 12 hours, make it 12 hours a day you have to watch. You get all the drops, everyone's excited. You know, people will pop in and out and content creators can rotate. You know, every 12 hours should be a different content creator. And I think everyone would be happier for it. Like you guys get your drops a little bit faster. Also don't have to watch as long. And, you know, it's a great opportunity for you guys to discover new people that you might enjoy to watch. But at the same time, looking after the health of both the people watching and also the content creators playing the game. Anyway, I thought I'd just chuck that together, give you my thoughts over all these things. I try to keep it as clean and snappy as possible. Haven't really had an opportunity to talk to you guys in the last few weeks. Just been real busy. So I do want to chuck up my thoughts on some of the stuff that happens from time to time. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. So guys, make sure you like and comment for the YouTube algorithm. We just hit 600,000 subscribers, which is amazing. If you haven't checked out the raid series, it's going off on the Pestily TV channel. We've moved all the long format content over there. And we're just about to hit 100,000 subscribers on that channel too. So if you want us to get that new plaque over there, would appreciate you guys popping over there, subscribing and checking out the raid series. It's a full walkthrough of Escape from Tarkov where I play the game off stream and it's full length content where you guys get to see everything I do. And it's been a pretty incredible start to the season. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that. Lastly, I do stream on Twitch most days of the week, so go down the link below, give me a follow there if you do enjoy any of the content creators you saw over the drops period. Make sure you go in and say good day. It does really mean a lot. Helps keep the community whole and strong, and we can all enjoy this game together. So I'll leave it there. So lastly, I'll see you next time.